Hello again, and thanks for tuning in to the 5-Minute Eve News Recap. I'm your host, Aelias Zero, and this is episode 4 for the week ending on Thursday, October 9th, 2014. First off, I'd love to give my heartfelt thanks to everybody that's watched the show, subscribed, and encouraged me. I appreciate the feedback, I appreciate the response. It's been overwhelming, and you guys have no idea how happy that's made me. I promise I will continue making the episodes, so please keep watching, and once again, thank you guys so much. Alright, so a couple quick notes for this episode. I am recording today's episode from my rental car in beautiful Annapolis, Maryland at the United States Naval Academy. To top it all off, I am sick right now, so hopefully it doesn't show through too much in the recording. I would like to apologize in advance if the sound quality in this episode isn't as good as the previous episodes. Everything will return to normal for next week's installment, and hopefully including my health. So let's get started. Up first is game changes. CCP Punk Tourist has posted an image showing the multi-sell feature. Multi-sell allows players to sell any quantity of any number of items instead of having to sell each type of item individually. The sensor overlay is getting another overhaul with both graphical changes and additions to functionality. The overlay now shows bookmarks in space and uses color to differentiate between different items. A radar-like indicator is being added around the capacitor that shows the relative direction of anomalies, bookmarks, landmarks, signatures, and even agent objectives in space. CCP Claymore has posted that all characters will now be able to claim one of each Titan on Singularity, the Eve's test server. CCP Habakkuk has added a chatbot to immediately add all capital ship skills, including those for Titans, in the Move Me channel on the test server. And a new update to Eve Probe has been rolled out. Probe is a visual benchmarking tool with pretty effects and battle arcs for CCP's internal use. You can check it out on the forums. Coming up next is CSM News. Both the CFC and Pandemic Legion seem to have somewhat traded CSMs. Major J. Silva has joined Goonswarm, while Xander Fina has moved to Pandemic Legion. The exact reasons for the quote-unquote defections have not been posted yet, but maybe we'll find out in the near future. In this week's PvP news, Mr. Hyde of Black Legion has posted a new solo clip in the long-running series, this time using the Sleipnir. This is one of the longer videos in the series, clocking in at just below 13 minutes. The video and any of the others in the series can be found in the links below. Hard Knocks, Sleeper Social Club, and Laserhawks have managed to catch a site escalation fleet for the second week in a row, killing IS Box user and Hydra Reloaded member, Garmon. Garmon was using 2 Archons, 2 Moros, and a handful of Napox fitted with smart bombs to quickly run the escalated sites. Each Apocalypse Navy issue weighed into the tune of 2.1 billion ISK. Psychotic Tendencies has lost a large capital fleet totaling 110 billion ISK to Sinocero Field Theory Alliance and a handful of Goonswarm members. Psychotic Tendencies intended to make a quick gank out of a neutral carrier sitting off station in TXW TAC EI on October 5th, but the neutral carrier turned out to be bait with a large fleet at the ready to counter gank. Psychotic Tendencies lost 10 carriers, 9 dreadnoughts, a Nyx, and a Wyvern. Sino's losses amounted to just 14 billion ISK, including the loss of a neutral Archon and 3 Moros. Fatal Ascension has killed a ratting Nyx in Shirshosen on October 6th. The FA fleet included 8 dreadnoughts and 3 Archons. The CFC has used a bomber fleet to great effect against Noli Secunda and JE TAC D5U. The Noli Secunda Abaddon fleet sustained 102 battleship losses, weighing in at about 41 billion ISK. CFC losses were relatively minimal at 1.2 billion, the bulk of which being logistics ships. Spectre Fleet successfully scanned down an emergency warping Hell and called in PL Cavalry to finish it off in Al-Dali. Spectre Fleet member Air Thorax has posted a great album chronicling the kill as well as the events leading up to it. Check out the links in the description below. The Hell wasn't the only super killed by PL in the last week. Circle of Two also lost the Nyx in Nierl to a PL hot drop. The first Whiptail, an Alliance Tournament 12 Interceptor prize ship, has been lost by Camel Empire to Rage Camp Care Bears on October 4th. Though the kill board cites the loss at 100 billion for the hull, Camel Empire is currently selling them for 140 billion. In Alliance and Corp news for this week, Ashnala of Turn Left, a larger corp in the Camel Empire, has announced that they are selling some of the ships they won in Alliance Tournament 12. The prize ships, the Chameleon and the Whiptail, were summarized by Ashnala, who said the Chameleon was a quote-unquote Gila Falcon with ECM and drone bonuses, as well as the ability to cloak, and the Whiptail as a quote-unquote Worm Crow with strong bonuses to drone damage and shield resistances, plus the bubble immunity found on all interceptors. The Camel Empire is currently seeking the price of 140 billion ISK per ship. Some drama within Against All Authorities has been brought to light, with internal emails being posted showing Alhana's position in the leadership vote and future change in leadership involving the removing of Alhana. In this week's community news, the lore surrounding this event circles around the Sisters of Eve and faction navies looking to increase their intake of sleeper technology in order to find greater technological advantages. The lead into the event started off with a lore post outlining new changes to sleeper behavior in wormhole space. CCP Logibros posted a dev blog announcing the new developer site aimed at providing resources for developers of third-party tools such as Siggy, Tripwire, Pytha, EFT, Aura, EveDroid, and EveMon. The relevant links can be found below. For today's ending note and weird kill of the week, wormhole group No Holes Barred has killed a ratting carrier in 4A Tech 6NI that contained 136 Gecko drones. The carrier is worth about 7 billion ISK, with the Geckos amounting to about 4 billion of that amount. That's it for this week's 5-minute Eve News recap. I'm your host, Aelias Zero. Once again, thank you all so much for listening. I hope to see you next week.